So, you want to make a level. Well, there are a lot of people in the GD community starting out on building levels, and they ask for help on some starter points and how a level should be made in order for them to look good. So I'm here to give you some helpful tips on what should be in a level and what shouldn't, and ways you can make levels really nice. Now, just saying, these tips that I'm about to say are what I think are helpful, so I apologize if some of my tips do not go with your opinion of what a good level looks like. So with me is an awesome creator named Android, and he will help me with this video and as well as some tips. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first thing on my list is color combinations / color schemes. Usually when new creators start making levels, it's most likely common that they have no idea how to make colors work. So what are color combinations? Well, to simply put it, it's mixing different colors together to give the level more color variety and make the level look nice at the same time. An example of good color combinations are yellow and purple, yellow and green, yellow, blue, yellow, red, because, yellow is a common color used for color combining. Now, red and blue can work if done correctly. Now, you don't always have to do these color combinations. If you're just starting out as a creator, take it slow and maybe just use different shades of the same color. Then as you build more, experience more, and test to see which colors work together and which don't. Now, also one thing I forgot to mention when it comes to color combinations is the use of player colors. Now, player colors are of course using the colors that you have put on your icon and players. Now, I would highly recommend to avoid using them, because sure, maybe the level might look good when you play it, because your player colors look good on your level. But just remember, there are other people that want to play it, and some of them, they have really crappy player colors, and then the level's just gonna look really ugly to them. So like I said, please, I cannot beg you enough, try to avoid using player colors. The only time I would say to use them is at least maybe once if the background is like maybe gray or like something that won't look really bad. So like I said, just don't use them as much. Just be careful. Now remember, use of blending is also a great idea to make the level look more clean and just makes the level look better overall. So blending just makes the objects more transparent in a way. The darker it is, the more nicer it will look when it's transparent. And when you put black on with blending, it'll just mean it's like you won't see nothing.
Part 2, layers. Now, this isn't really required for a good level to be made, but use of layers can be more efficient when building levels. First off, I can help you stay organized while you're building and not get all cluttered while you're building and screw you up. And second off, while you're building your level, you can also use layers to put objects on top of other objects, which can also really help your design and make it look better overall.
And third on the list, we have design / style. So design can be important when creating levels, and it's a good way to attract players to play your level and to keep on playing. Now, there are a lot of designs and styles you can choose from. It's a good idea to be fixed into a specific style when building. Having a style is good for having a certain way to build, usually all the time. Take Super OP for example. He has that cavernous / dark type of style. Darnock, on the other hand, has a mix of different objects and putting them together, and it gives it a pretty nice abstract type of style. If you need help picking out which block design or style you should use, play featured levels or get some inspiration from other creators you know. Now, I'm not saying to copy their design piece by piece, because it'll just give you a bad time with all the people saying unoriginal and starts accusing you of copying. So instead, take inspiration off the design and try to change the elements and make it into your own.
Right here. So part 4, gameplay. Now this gameplay for me is probably the most important thing. It can determine whether your level is going to be 2 stars or 10 stars. It can determine whether your level is going to be a really fun one, a faster one, or like slow or more mellow level. It can really set the pace and set the tone for a level, and having good gameplay can really give your level a nice feel and make it really fun.
Alright, sync. That's part 5. Now, this isn't the most important thing to some people, but it is to me. Synced levels are probably one of the most important traits in a level, for me at least. Awesome synced levels keep you hyped and makes you want to keep on playing. If you're gonna make a level, it's a smart idea to have the level synced with the song. Maybe once the song goes fast and wubs, maybe put a triple speed changer mixed in with some nice gameplay, and those types of levels will get good attention. Of course, the good sync levels, make up very nice levels indeed. So just be careful when making levels. Don't try to go too crazy, but try to sync the level as best as you can so the level becomes much more enjoyable.
So part 6, corner pieces. Now this is more of a rant than anything else. Really, lots of creators joke like, oh, no corner pieces equals cancer, but in all honesty, corner pieces are one of those little things that really kind of shows how professional you are, how much time you put into your life. You kind of skip corner pieces on a certain part, it really shows you just wanted to get it done, you rushed it, you didn't care, right? If you put corner pieces in, it's just one of those little things that people notice that are like, hey, this person put a little bit more effort into it, right? He cares, right? And that's a big thing in my eyes, at least, right? So corner pieces, you know what, you don't have them, it's not gonna look great, but you want to have them, honestly, you really do.
Part 7 is decoration. Now, to me, decoration is really important when building levels because it gives that level the pizzazz and the beautifulness. Decoration is what fills the levels and makes it look amazing. Now, it also tends to set the theme for the level, whether it be a darker theme or a lighter, happier theme. And then this, of course, decoration can relate to style, because depending on the style or theme you're going with, it'll depend on how much and what kind of design to use. The first thing about choosing a style or theme for your level is to make sure it fits the song as well. Once you got that down, it gets a lot easier. You always want to use the design that would be related more or less to the theme of the song, whether that be more glowy blocks or glowier level, or use more wire blocks and other techie type objects if you want to have a more technological theme level. Now, decoration, of course, not everyone will do them correctly, and some people might over-decorate. So, just saying, keep decorations clean, make sure it fits the level, and make sure you use an appropriate amount of decoration. Not too much, but just the right amount.
So part 8. I guess number 8. Number 8. So block transitions. I don't know if this is an exact term or what this really is, but a lot of creators tend to forget this, and this is again one of those little things and for me it's a pet peeve is when players don't use them, right? It's the things where how your blocks fade out, whether they go up after the screen, they go down, they just straight fade out, they grow larger, they go smaller, which they come forward, they go back, right? It's one of those things that really can add to the tempo of it. Like if you have nothing going on and then you add it to the drop, right, it can really make it seem faster, make it seem like you're more into it, right? But also at the same time, if they're used incorrectly, it can look really ugly, especially in, say, effect levels. So certain times in effect levels with custom background, usually people don't want to have them because then your custom background, while it's fading out, will start to grow larger or will start to move up and it'll look really ugly. That's why you usually want to keep it normal and you want to use it correctly. And like I said, like Toxic has said before, I should say, you know what, you really got to experiment. You really got to find out what works for you and what doesn't work for you, right? And that's going to come over time. But honestly, block transitions are one of those things you want to start using early and you want to get used to them and you want to make them work.
Alright, number 9, song choice. Now, it isn't the most important thing when it comes to building level, but it's really good, and it's a good idea to take note of what songs you're using. Good songs can attract more people and keep them to playing your level. Bad songs can just basically turn off the player and just have them stop playing the level because it disgusts them. So when making a level, depending on the difficulty, you should pick an appropriate song for the level. For example, of what not to do. If you're making a slow level that is around 3 stars in difficulty, you really should not use an extruder song because it'll cause inconsistency within the level and the song itself. A A slow level with a fast-paced song isn't the best thing to do. Instead, pick a slow and calming song. Now on the other hand, if you're wanting to make a fast demon level, then only then would it be good to pick an Extruder song or any fast-paced epic song for that demon level. So remember, just be cautious in the songs you are picking. Don't pick songs just because it's your maybe favorite song, but make sure it's also appropriate to the type of level you are making.
Part 10, last and final part. So this one is kind of again, this is a big thing for me. This is one of those things where it can really make or break a level for me. Like, it's what I call it are the little things, right? So when I say the little things, like I was talking about before, the corner pieces, right? The block transitions, right? Your song choice, that's another big thing there, right? And the little things in the level that, separate the good from the great, right? The things that show that you put effort into it and you put time and you didn't just, oh, I could do that, but I won't because I want to get it out. Like, I could do that and I will because it'll make it look really good, right? And a good example of a creator who does this a lot, Goose does it a lot, Kips also does it a lot, right? There are some other creators, but those are two that I gotta be honest with you, I really like. Those are the two that I find are really good at doing the little things, right? Lumpy also, some of his latest levels, he's been working on, really mastering the level, really making it look good, right? Doing, whether it be spending like literally half an hour on one object just to make it look perfect, right? Those little things right there, that the effort, the extra time, the commitment you're putting into that level just really can, seal the deal for me at least. And that's just my opinion there. But yeah. Okay.
Well, you heard these very helpful tips, so I hope this helped you guys a little bit, in improving your creating skills. So I just want to thank Andro for joining me here. Thank you, Andro.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, no
Sorry
problem.
for cutting you off.
It's alright. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and like I said, hopefully this helped you in some way to improve your way of building. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.